What I want to know is, Chris getting any royalties from the Zach Stack? No, not yet.
I'm working on it, yeah.
By the way, at this time, the people left in this room who are not speakers, I applaud you. You are the real laser files. Because it's a phenomenal conference. Thank you for the chairs for having me. I share this case not because this is some brilliant application of a different laser for this condition. I think there's three main reasons. I love using lasers for treating medical conditions. Number one is it's a very rare condition. So in my 19 years of practicing, this is my third case of argyria. So I think it's good to refresh our minds about argyria because this patient will walk into your office at some point. Two, I think we're really privileged to have the knowledge and have multiple tools in our basket. So the patient I'm going to present had 20 years of no treatment. She was told that nothing could be done. And the lasers have been out there for 20 years. So I present this case just to kind of remind everybody, wherever you go back to, just teach your colleagues that this is a treatable, very treatable condition. I'll show you with a video. And then third, I think it really connects us to our purpose of why we went into medicine. The impact the lasers are having on on this condition at least, is amazing, and hopefully you'll see that. And so really it makes our job really, I'm very grateful to be able to do something like that. So I have no disclosures except I work for a very large multi-specialty integrated group that has 9,300 physicians. We take care of 4.5 million members in Northern California. So argyria, for the dermatologists in the room, they've probably seen it, they know what it is. It's a chronic, but for the non-dermatologists, it's a chronic acquired condition causing bluish-gray discoloration of the mucous membranes, internal organs. Colloidal silver is when you ingest or topically apply or inhale or eye drops, you do get accumulation of silver in your tissues. It has been touted to be used for many serious conditions, or even today I was sitting here on Amazon. You can get a 4-ounce bottle of colloidal silver, 10 parts per million, for $20. You order it today, it'll be there tomorrow. So it's still available, and I think it depends on all of us to kind of teach our patients. This patient really put argyria on the map. He was on the news a lot. And it's usually much more pronounced on sun-exposed areas because of the impact of UV light on silver particles, the reduction that it does. And they're not, other than lasers, there's really no other treatment. Dermabrasion, bleaching creams, and other topical treatments have been tried, but really doesn't work as well. So over the past decade, I think the first report of using a Q-switch laser is from 2008, so we're almost getting to 20 years, 2 decades. There have been reports of using 755 nanometer picosecond lasers. So we just report the first case of using a 785 nanometer picosecond laser, but I don't think that's the brilliance of it. I think it's just making aware that we have the option. Some people have different tools in their toolkit. Some people have a Q-switch, some people have a pico. We just wanted to share this report so people know that you can treat this with a picosecond. The other thing people have noticed using the Q-switch is the 1064, that it's quite painful. And we experienced that when we used the 1064. But with the low dose, low energy picosecond, I think the patient was able to tolerate it without anxiolytics or under anesthesia. We did it in our office. Again, I wanted to emphasize this patient was looking for treatment for 20 years. She's had this condition for 20 years and was seen until last year, seen and told, oh, if hydroquinone doesn't work, we can't help you. So I was really sad when I heard that, that this patient had been looking for care and didn't get it. So 50-year-old female who presented with a 20-year history, took colloidal silver for acne. Within a few months, it started appearing, and she had it for quite a long time. And the interesting thing is, because of the blue-gray color, many of her well-meaning friends who didn't really know her that well, but were worried about her, said, "Can I call an ambulance for you? You look like you're really cyanotic." And for that reason, she stopped going out. And, you know, she really, especially, she stopped flying because she was worried that somebody in the plane is going to say you're cyanotic and cause all sorts of problems. But it does have a huge emotional impact on patients. And she had a 20-year-old son, and she cried when we treated her because she said he had never seen her normal. So just remember that what we do has a huge impact. So here's her picture. Basically, the areas that she doesn't have it is where she had scarring from the acne. And for the dermatopathologist, I think the 20X you really can't see it, but in the 40X you do see those silver granules collecting around the eccrine glands. So we did test spots with 1064, 532, 785. It's a different than tattoo removal because we don't want to see frosting. It's an immediate clearance, and I'll show you in the pictures, and I have a video. Basically, you use the lowest energy that she could tolerate. And we found that the 785 was the least painful and gave enough of a clearance. So on the leftmost picture, or the rightmost picture here, the 1064 you can see has much more edema, and we only use 0.5 joules per centimeter squared. It's 0.5. I mean, there have been studies in the previous case reports have used like 7 or 6 joules. We use 0.5. The 532 we use 0.3, and 785 I use 0.6 because that's all she could tolerate with a Zimmer cooler. So the energies are much lower, and this picture shows that anything you have will work. You just need to be able to do it. So here's a quick video of us doing it in the office, and it's kind of moving, but it's just Zimmer cooler, ice packs, and you see as soon as the beam hits it, it completely clears it. It's really amazing to see. Yes, there's edema, but it really works really, really well. So the patient tolerated the procedure. She used some curse words, but that was okay. We covered her face with ice pack. And then, again, it really, the edema and the erythema cleared after 48 hours. She couldn't tolerate the eyelids, so I had to bring her back to do the eyelids with the eye shield. But this is her finally confident of being able to go out and putting makeup up. And you know, when it rains, it pours. So within a few weeks of her, I saw another patient with the same condition who had used it for something else. But this is my 4th patient now in my 18 years. So again, in conclusion, any of the Q-switched or pico-switched devices will work. I think we just report using 785 nanometer wavelength with topical numbing. So it did help with the pain, just we were able to get away with smaller doses. And then I think I really would love for you to go back and, if you do talks, to tell people that this condition is very treatable so people don't have to wait 20 years to get the treatment. Thank you.